Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, Shalom. This is Matazah L'cham, which means unleavened bread in the Lashawan Kodash language. This video is going to give you a time, a date in reference to when the mark of the beast, the MOTB, is being rolled out. Okay? It's going to give you how much time you have to repent. And because if you don't believe in the name of Yahweh, and you don't believe in the name of Yahweh Shai and Mashiach, and you've not repented of your sins, then you're stuck in your way. And that's where he wanted you to be. Because like it says in Job chapter 33 verse 14 through 17, there is no free will. While you're asleep on your bed at night, he whispers in your ear your instructions, that he may hide pride from you. So this way, whatever you do the next day, it is not something that you did or a decision that you made. He told you what you were supposed to do that day. So if you take this radio frequency identification micro C-HIP processor, digital that allows you to access the digital blockchain through cryptocurrency, central bank digital currency, and they want to install this subcutaneously underneath your skin, you will be left here and melted. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai will destroy you. Okay? The one that you call God is going to kill you. It is that simple, man. You will feel that the spirit or the air of protection is gone. You will feel it. It is a bad idea. Okay? I've seen different videos of individuals that took it. One guy took the AstraZeneca Beetlejuice. Okay, and he said he could no longer feel the Most High. He could no longer feel that he had the ability to pray, because it was originally designed to calcify the pineal gland, which is the doorway which allows you to pray to the Most High, where he can hear your prayer. Well, if it's calcified, that means somebody put a lock on the door. So, or shut your telephone service off. You see what I'm saying? So you can't call upon him because he can't hear you. He can't see that you're his. Okay? You're no longer his. Okay? You're Esau's. You're a byproduct of their business, their corporation. Okay? Their new world order. But my point being is this. This video is giving you a particular date as to when it's going to roll out. Okay? So listen up, I'm telling you.
Realize is there's over 100 countries that are developing their own central bank digital currency, and that's built on blockchain. That's cryptocurrency. So in the next 2 years, I'm pretty sure most of Europe, Asia, the UK, they're in their pilot phase right now. So we're going to move from a fiat system to this new monetary system that's going to be using cryptocurrency and blockchain technology.
Now, talking about that, do you think they are trying to push that narrative as well, because they want to try and have more control in terms of the way money is spent? They can track it, it's traceable, and it's like they can almost punish you for doing certain things.
100%, yes. So central bank digital currencies is where it gets scary, because it's programmable. It's also trackable. So every transaction that anyone makes, they can see. And it can get really, really scary, depending on, how far, governments want to go and central banks want to go. It can become a situation where they can actually block you from spending money, or they can cap you on like how much money you spend on, petrol, for example, or, can stop you from traveling abroad, all of that kind of stuff. That's how like scary it could get. They have the capability, not saying that they are going to do that, but the capability is there.
On your second point, I tend to share your views. Nature doesn't like vacuum. And we started working on the digital euro way back. Actually, when I started my term 5.5 years ago. And I'm not claiming, parentality on the digital euro, because my colleague Benoît Cœuré had already committed a speech on this matter before I arrived. But I certainly carried on with that project, and subsequently Fabio Panetta on the board, and then Piero Cipollone, who has replaced Fabio, have taken the lead together with a very, very good team, which is focused on accelerating the pace and hopefully campaigning enough with all the stakeholders, meaning European Parliament, meaning European Council, meaning European Commission, so that we can eventually, not put to bed, but put to reality this digital euro. The deadline for us is going to be October of 25, and we are getting ready for that deadline, but we will not be able to move unless the other parties, the stakeholders, as I call them, Commission, Council, and Parliament, actually complete the legislative process, without which we will not be able to move. And I think it is critically important, and it seems to the agnostic or the skeptics, it seems to be more relevant and more of an imperative now than ever before, both on the wholesale and on the retail level, both.
It's going to be integrated, let me say so, on the existing blockchain, or you guys are thinking about some outstanding system in regards of digital law?
Yeah, it's a great question. So basically, the technology that we're creating for the digital lari is a private blockchain, but it's based on the technology used in the public blockchain. So the public blockchain that we use is called the XRP ledger. It's a publicly available open source blockchain technology. What we do for each country we're working with, we create a new private version. So you can only use the blockchain if you are permissioned to do so. So we've got, the advantage of that is the XRP ledger technology is proven. It has been processing billions of transactions. But central banks like to have things a little bit more private. So we have created a private version. So it's a little bit of a hybrid, to answer your question.
But definitely it's absolutely independent platform, which is specifically performed for each project where you evaluate.
Yes, yes.
A financial reset is only a month away. Christine Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, announced that there is a new push to accelerate the transition to central bank digital currencies, a digital euro. She's working closely with European Council, she said, and European Commission to put in place the infrastructure that is needed to implement the C.B.D.C. Lagarde indicated that the deadline is October of 2025. That's right, you heard it right. The deadline for a digital euro rollout is October of 2025. In fact, it is only several months away. The head of the EU Central Bank urged EU Parliament to finalize the legislative process, without which, she says, it will be impossible to roll out the digital euro. Now, this does pertain to wholesale CBDCs and retail CBDCs. If you're not too familiar with the difference between the two, a wholesale CBDC is used by large institutions, by large banks, by commercial enterprises to settle multi-million-dollar transactions for foreign direct investment transfers, and so on and so forth. So think large-scale financial transactions. While retail CBDCs are for consumers to make everyday purchases, to save and to invest. So here is Christine Lagarde making this important announcement. Take a look.
On your second point, I tend to share your views. Nature doesn't like vacuum. And we started working on the digital euro way back. Actually, when I started my term 5.5 years ago.
Okay. So now you got a time frame. Now you got a time frame. Right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30, right? Verse 1. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Right? And the counsel you're supposed to be taking is, righteous men that are standing on those street corners. You need to be out there asking questions. What is the mark of the beast? Okay? What is it? What form does it take? What do we need to be looking for? But you ain't taking counsel. You just drive right on by. Don't stop and ask questions. Nothing. Fuck it. They're preaching hate. Okay? These motherfuckers hate you. Okay? Or why would they try to chip you like a fucking animal? But you don't think about that, huh? That's okay. They can do that. But if we tell you why they're doing it, when they're doing it, for whatever reason they're doing it, oh, you're preaching hate. You're a fucking idiot. But not of me, and that cover with a covering, and you're covering yourself up with evangelical Christianity. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's gonna save us with his long flowing blonde hair and his pretty blue eyes and his leper skin and his big white dress. He gonna come down from out of the sky and he gonna save us all. That a bitch? This is the covering that you idiots call yourselves. Calling yourselves Christians or covering yourselves with. A mistruth, a misnomer, a lie. Okay? This is the covering that you're covering yourself. But not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin. Because if you were in the spirit of the Most High God, you would fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Like he tells you in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. If you were in the spirit of the Most High, you would fear him and keep his commandments. And one of his commandments, like he told you, let's go get it. Let's go get it. Hold on. Let's get it. This is one of the Most High's commandments. Okay? 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 Hold on. Where are we at? Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So the image of the beast you just heard, or them talking about blockchain digital currency. The only way to participate in a blockchain digital currency is that you have to have a digital ID. The only way that you can have digital identification is that it be subcutaneously implanted, installed underneath your skin. That's what subcutaneous means, underneath the skin. Okay? Subcut, cutaneous, right? Okay? That the image of the beast should both speak. It's speaking right now as loud and clear. Okay? That the image of the beast should both speak, and that cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. How are they going to kill you? Very simple. Okay? If you don't want to participate in the cashless society willingly, they cut off your chip. You can't buy, you can't sell, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your car payments, you can't do anything. It's total control of the people. It's total control of your finances. You just saw the video. They want to control what you do, when you do, and how you do your financial transactions. Hell, if you wanted to go buy some pussy at the whorehouse, you can't do that. Okay, if you wanted to go to the liquor store and buy some liquor, you can't do that. Well, shit, you need some gas to go to work. You can't do that. Well, how are you going to get paid without a digital ID? You see, this is how they're going to cause you to be killed. Because people are going to say no. Then it's going to cause civil unrest a national emergency in the street. That's the reason why January 20th, Donald Trump implemented the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which is the Sedition Act of 1798, aka the Insurrection Act. So let's go get a definition of insurrection.
Here's the definition of insurrection: a violent uprising against an authority or government.
Okay, get it? Now, that the image of the beast should both speak. So they're going to make it mandatory. They're trying to push this shit by October of this year, 2025. Okay? You're running out of time. Because once this starts, ain't no going back. Ain't no going back. Ain't no going back, man. It ain't going to happen. And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. How's he going to cause it? He's just telling you by October. That's how he's causing it. Okay? They're going to push it 100%. Why do you think Donald Trump is trying to get Vladimir Putin to stop fighting Ukraine? It's all a new world, one world order push. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. Out of many nations, one nation. Out of many worlds, where all the different nations of people live in, and the worlds that they live, okay? The worlds that they live in, whether it's whatever, okay? It was one. Okay? E pluribus unum on the back of a quarter, dime, nickel, whatever. Look at for yourself. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. One world order, one national government, one every goddamn thing. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their forehead. It doesn't matter if it's your left hand or your right hand. Okay? It doesn't matter. Okay? Because it's digital. So it doesn't matter which side of your shoulder you want to have it shot in, which hand you want it shot in. It doesn't fucking matter. God damn it. This is what they're going to do to you, regardless of your situation, your circumstances, and your financial whatever. Cash money goes the way of the goddamn dinosaur in October of this year. It's over. Okay? Now, you're going to receive this mark in your right hand or in your forehead. Now, that's the reason why you have Esau and Edom and the Elon Musk brain chip, right? Hold on. See if I can find it for you right quick. Boom. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Are we clear? Did this make sense now? The Verichip Corporation is owned by Donald J. Trump. Okay? You need to understand that. It was purchased by Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of Donald Trump in his last presidency. He purchased the Verichip Corporation, located at 666, Main Street? Okay, I think it's directly across the street from Rockefeller Center. Okay? Directly across the street from Rockefeller Center. Okay, in New York City, New York, 66666. Google it to see if I'm lying. The Verichip Corporation is owned by Donald J. Trump and Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner purchased it. It was purchased by him while Donald Trump was in office as president, because he couldn't be a businessman and be president at the same time. So somebody had to run his financial affairs for 4 years. Jared Kushner purchased with $1.8 billion, which is the largest purchase of a business or a land grab or a building in the history of America. Okay? Verse 17, and that no man, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, because the woman came out of the rib cage of a man, right? So it doesn't matter. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. That's digital ID. Let me give you an example of that. So this way you understand where I'm coming from with that. Hold on, is it up there? No. Hold on. It's in here. I got it. Up, there it is. Boom. Boom. Okay. The mark of the beast, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? So it's showing you a picture of the mark. It's showing you what the mark consists of as far as what it looks like. Okay? It has your biometrics, your medical records. It has your digital ID, address, where you work, all that, and how much money you get on the blockchain, right? Through your digital currency. Okay? This is it. Each one pertains to a man. 666. See the 3 lines? All of them. Remember, the man was born, created by the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, on the 6th day. The medical records pertains to a man's digital ID. Digital ID pertains to a man. Your financial conversation pertains to your digital ID. Get it? This is what they're doing, man. Okay? So, it was just a quick video. Okay? I thought y'all should know. Now, America's ran by Europeans, right? So-called white people. We say so-called because they're Caucasians. And Caucasians, we all know, okay, are cave dwellers. Okay? Yes, they are. Yep. Sure is. Okay. Let's go to Job, chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So while they're trying as hard as they can to perform their enterprise against the elect of the house of Israel, they won't succeed. Verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Okay? So they're going to push forward with this thing headlong. Not knowing and thinking about the consequences or the circumstances surrounding people's personal life or nothing. They're running out of time. Like it tells you in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Let's get it so we can read it together. Okay? Let's get it. 12. Boom. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. Therefore rejoice, O ye heavens, and ye who live in the heavens, rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea. The sea is in reference to peoples, tongues, kindreds, and nations, right? For the devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the Caucasian caveman, okay, has come down unto you from his lofty perch of white privilege and white supremacy to you, the poor, the downtrodden, the people that they call racial epithets such as nigger, beaner, spick, Uncle Tomahawk, porch monkey, spear chucker, tar baby, whatever the fuck they got new for the new day, right? To you, in great anger, knowing that he has a little time. They're coming with great anger because their lofty perch of white privilege and white supremacy, it becomes null and void. They're just like you now. So it's your fault instead of accepting the fact that their own people did this to them. Okay? This is the truth of it. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. Doom for the worshipers of the beast. In other words, for those that participate in the cashless society that they want to implement and push forward headlong in October. And the third angel, all of them saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, so it doesn't matter whether it's in your hand or your left hand or right hand, fuck it, Okay? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Indignation, let's go find out what indignation means, because indignation. Orge.
Strong's G,
Orge.
3709. Orge. Orge.
Anger, the natural disposition. Temper, character, the natural character, right? And the natural character of the Most High is he's angry at the children of Israel for not fearing him and not keeping his commandments. The whole world is going to suffer because of the disobedience of his chosen people that will not repent. Under any circumstances, our people are hard-headed, stiff-necked, and will not repent. They ain't going to do it. Long as they're kissing the white man's ass, long as they're doing whatever the white man wants what them to do, long as they're doing anything to save the white man, because we love this motherfucker, right? They'll do whatever it takes to save this devil and to keep his ass in power. 2/3 of our people have to be left here and melted because they will not repent. Movement or agitation of the soul. This is an agitation of the soul of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, who created you in the heaven. Desire, any violent emotion, he's going to come against you with great indignation, violent emotion, violent anger, wrath, anger exhibited in punishment, hence used for punishment itself. Okay? This is the Most High. Okay? Strong's definition. Properly, desire as reaching forth or excitement of the mind, i.e. by analogy, violent passion, ire, or justifiable abhorrence. So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to justify hating you and destroying your ass from off the face of the earth right along with Esau. Because as it is written, Romans chapter 9, verse 13, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay? And the Lord abhors you because of your Stockholm syndrome, your mental deficiency in loving your enemy, loving your adversary who's deliberately trying to destroy you from off the face of the fucking earth, man. You people are insane, man. Okay? By implication, punishment, vengeance, wrath, indignation, and anger. Wow, man. You sure you want to pay? You want the Most High who created you in the womb to have that type of anger? And are you sure? That's some scary shit, man. Let's go back over here to Job. Okay. Where was I at? Job. Chapter 5, right? Verse 14, they meet with darkness in the daytime. They have the darkness and evil and wickedness of their minds coming forth with this new world order proposition that they're offering to all of the nations of the world. Now, you just heard the woman say that they need all of the nations of the world to agree on this thing in order for it to push it in all nations simultaneously, all at once. Okay? They grope in the new day, it is in the night. Okay? See, they grope for the hope of pushing this new world order in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, in their mouth from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Right? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to pull out his people. Okay? Job chapter 5, verse 19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yep, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. So clearly, there are going to be people out here that can't buy, they can't sell, they can't eat. They can't drink. They can't wash their body. They get put out of their house. They get put out of their car. You see what I'm saying? And now they want to use electric vehicles, so they're going to take your gas-powered petrol vehicle and crush it and make an electric vehicle. electric city buses. Okay? This is what they want, to control you like you're a fucking robot until you die. And then they're going to turn your body into compost and then scatter your ashes and whatever's left into the ground and make the ground more fertile from all of the chemtrails that they've been putting in the sky. When it rains and snows, it falls into the ground, killing all the natural minerals and elements of the earth that makes things grow. Right? It's springtime. Springtime is pretty much around the corner, and you don't see any of these trees that are putting out any leaves or anything. They still think it's wintertime outside. Okay? Okay? This is the environment that Esau Edom wants, man. He just wants a giant city, no trees, no grass, no nothing. Everything is artificial. It's fake. And that way he say he created it. That's just like as bad as saying Christopher Columbus discovered America. He didn't discover a goddamn thing. There were 70 to 280 million people that were already over here already. God damn it. And for 40 years, Christopher Columbus did not put down his sword from hacking people to death and forcing them by the force of the sword to dig for gold with their hands on their hands and knees. For 40 years, man. At least. And when the people decided to rebel and they wouldn't, they just decided to just kill us because we're sick and tired of working for you people. You aren't right. Okay? Then in 1681, they came over to the west coast of Africa and started buying us up. Bringing us over here in chains and yokes of iron around our neck, hands, and feet. We were already on the run hiding from this goddamn devil, but he found us. So now the children of Judah and the children of Israel are oppressed together in one place. Where? The great city, Babylon the Great. Okay? Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Right? So you got the stones of the field. Okay? And the stones of the field in biblical reference would be other individuals with like-minded, who are like-minded like you. Okay? Such as be like thee. Such as be like thee. Right? Salakia. Right? 2nd Ezra chapter 14 verse 9. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended. So there's going to be a time. Let's go get that time so I can give you an idea of what we're talking about. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. Okay? Okay? 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 14. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Right? Revelation chapter 1. Verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. These clouds are chariots. The sky is going to be full of them. They're going to think it's an alien invasion. Scared to fucking death. And every eye shall see him. So everybody alive is going to see what the Son of the Most High looks like. And see that he's not a goddamn blonde-haired, blue-eyed, long-haired homosexual faggot. They're going to see that he is an angry, vengeful, filled with wrath and indignation, angry Negro. Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Okay? You're going to get the opportunity to see what fine brass as though it's burned in a furnace looks like. Okay? Pissed all the way off to no end at you for taking the radio frequency identification microprocessor subcutaneously implanted underneath your skin to keep track of you, to keep track of your movements, to keep track of when, where, and how you spend your money that they give you that you don't earn. If you do have a job, okay, you're going to be forced with a decision to make. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, which brings us back to reincarnation. The people that pierced him were the Romans. Those that advocated for his piercing are 2/3 of our people right now that scoff and mock, that say, ever since the fathers fell asleep, everything continued as it were, even from the beginning, which is the mystery of iniquity. To cover up the fact that you are Israelites. Okay? And cover it up with their face and their images, which they desired to do. And they succeeded. It's called iconoclasm. That was the secret of the mystery of iniquity that Paul the Apostle was telling you about. Okay? They were at that time in the process of covering you up, destroying what was left of you as far as the remnant, and then replace you with themselves. Right? And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so all. Amen. Kindreds. Let's go get it. Then I'm going to close out. Kindreds. Foulé. Foulé.
Strong's G 5443. Foulé. Foulé.
Right? A tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, a nation, a people, a tribe, kindred, a clan, an offshoot, i.e. race or clan, kindred or tribe. A tribe. Okay? So, this is all about the children of Israel. All kindreds, right, of the earth shall wail because of him. Let's go get proof on all the kindreds that are going to be doing all this wailing, right? Bob Marley and the Wailers type shit, right? Let's get them. Psalm 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They consult and grope at noonday and are carried headlong in wickedness, in darkness, in the darkness of their mind. They have no light. They can't see because they're idiots. They're dumb. They're stupid. And they want to push a technology that hasn't, they say that it's been proven for their benefit to your detriment. You're the one that's poor, that's downtrodden, where they have their foot on your neck. Okay? And when the devil comes down from his lofty perch of white privilege and white supremacy, as I stated before, he's going to take it out on those that have no ability to fight back and take what natural resources they can. Then they will turn the guns on themselves because there's nothing left. Or revolt against the government, which is insurrection. That way, they push martial law. If you're not under your house at a certain time, you're going to be put to sleep on the spot. They're going to have drones and robot dogs. They're not going to come and fight you man-to-man, face-to-face, and take a chance in losing 85% of their manpower. Okay? They're going to use robots. What do you think they need 4.5 billion rounds of hollow point ammunition, right? For miniguns, 50 caliber submachine guns installed on the back of these robot dogs ran by remote control. Come on, man. And bulletproof tanks. Okay, come on. Okay. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. Right? They don't want us to remember that we are the children of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They want us to think that we're just Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we don't have a nation or an inheritance or bloodline, family bloodline that we can go back to. We're just here, which is the mystery of iniquity, right? For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And the representatives of the Most High on earth are the children of Israel. Okay? The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes. Tabernacles of Edom are the Caucasians. The tabernacles of the Ishmaelites are the Arabs, or the mixed mongrel race. Of Moab are the Chinese. And the Hagarenes, which are Egyptians. Gabal, which are Turkey. Of Ammon, which are the Japanese. Of Amalek, which are those imposters calling themselves the JEWs, or the JOOs, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan and do lie. Of the Philistines, Africans, and the inhabitants of Tyre, more Africans, right? Ashur also is joined with them, more Africans. They have hope in the children of Lot, and the children of Lot are Moab and Ammon. Okay? These are the kindreds of the earth that are going to wail, because when they see the Son of the Most High in the heaven, they are going to panic. Oh my God, it's an alien from outer space. Ah! All that ridiculous bullshit. Revelation chapter 24. Right? Immediately after the tribulation of those days. What tribulation? The tribulation of the time to come, which is in October, about to start. So all of 2026 will be the time of the tribulation. Between now and then, it's going to get worse. Okay? You're getting put out of your house, out of your car, no job, all of that shit, man. What are you going to do? How will you hide your sins before the Most High and his angels? I just told you in 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 9, for thou shalt be taken away from all the elect of the house of Israel, the poor and needy, downtrodden, that call upon the name of the Lord. And from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and such as be like thee, until the times be ended. Okay? Wow, that's deep. Okay? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has already made a promise to his elect. This is predestination. Okay? Thou shalt remain with my son. Okay, let's go get it. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. The powers of the heavens are the powers of Esau, Edom, the elite heavenly abode of all the world's riches, using the middle class as a buffer, as a protection, as a shield, in order to continue to make money off the backs of the slaves. Right? Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Who is the Son of Man? Yahweh Shai, who you call Jebus Crossed. In heaven, the skies above you. And then all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and with great glory. My point. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Let's find out who the elect are. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Are you ready? Here we go. Isaiah 45, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. So Jacob wrestled an angel and prevailed, and his name was surnamed Israel, called also Israel by the Most High God. Let's go get proof of that, shall we? Genesis chapter 10, Verse 9, and the Most High appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padanaram and blessed him. And the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto him, I am the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. Okay, let's go get Salakia. Let's go get Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 44, verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory there was none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh. When he was proved, he was found faithful. We just read the covenant, the land, the inheritance of the Most High, because he chose a specific people that he saved out of the hand of the house of bondage, out of the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Those are his chosen people. No one else. Didn't say anything about Esau, Edom being a part of that. The strangers are slaves. The Africans didn't have Edomites as slaves. Edomites dwelt at Mount Seir, completely separate from the land of Canaan, aka Africa today. Okay? The only people that they call strangers would be slaves that were, or prisoners of the African people that were enslaved. You call them Ethiopian Jews. Okay? But they're not Israelites. But they are called the strangers. Okay? They're called strangers. Now, verse 21, therefore he assured him by an oath. We just read the oath. We just read it, right? Genesis chapter 35, verse 10. Now, okay, we just read it. That he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the uttermost part of the land. Verse 22, and my point. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men. Okay, the only people called men are Israelites. Everyone else is a wild brute beast. Why? Because they were not given the law, statutes, and commandments. The Israelites were given the law, statutes, and commandments. Therefore, they are called men. Everyone else is a wild brute beast running up and down in the earth, drinking blood, changing of kind, raping women, drunken, belligerent, worshiping false gods and idols and statues they cannot walk, see, hear, or taste. Okay? That's why they're called wild brute beasts, because they have no law to govern them. They just follow their emotions and how they feel. Okay? With Isaac he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men, and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage. Here it comes. And divided his portions among the 12 tribes did he part them. Okay? Now we all know what the 12 tribes, who the 12 tribes are, right? Okay? Just in case you don't know, let's see if we can find a proof of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, let's see if we can find a proof right quick. Alrighty. Hold on. I got a lot of screenshots. Yeah. Okay. Let's find a proof. Here's some. Let's find some proofs right quick. The tribe of Zebulun, of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. The tribe of Simeon. Right? The tribe of Zebulun. The tribe of Judah. The Negroes. The tribe Yahushua HaMashiach comes from. The tribe of Asher, right? The tribe of Benjamin, right? Jamaicans, right? The tribe of Issachar. Now remember, Paul the Apostle is an Israelite of Israelite whose bloodline goes back to the tribe of Benjamin. A Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee, right? Philippians chapter 3, right? He tells you that with his own lips. And a letter to the Philippians, or to the Israelites scattered amongst the Philippians, okay? Tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans, okay? The tribe of Levi, the Haitians, okay? The tribe of Gad, the North American Indians, okay? The tribe of Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans, okay? The tribe of Manasseh, the Cubans, okay? The tribe of Reuben, right? The Seminole Indians down in Florida, right? The tribe of Naphtali, Chileans and Argentinians, right? Lord, Matthew chapter 25, verse 23, and the Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. This is what you're trying to do, man. The covering cast over all people, as it is written in Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7, and the veil that has been spread over all nations, which is like a handkerchief or a veil or a covering over your eye, has been removed. You see? Okay. So, in order for the Lord to say this thing to you, well done, my son, right? This is the thing that you have to go through. Where was that at? I had a screenshot of those. A bunch of them, didn't I? Okay, hold on. It's at the bottom. Yep, it's at the bottom. Okay, that's cool. Let's get to the bottom. Salakia. And then I'm going to close out. I've been on this almost an hour. Okay. Let's see if I can find me a picture. Damn, here we go. Can't find it. Dang. Sorry. Salakia. There it is. Right? See that? See that blade in the middle of the screen right here? That's a blade. That there is going to come down. See? And chop your head off. Right? Okay. Let's go get one. Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which had not worshipped the image of the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but shall be priests of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him for 1,000 years. What to expect? Okay, let's go get it. 2nd Ezra chapter 16.
Do you want your phone?
Salakia. Every time. Can't be helped. I try to put it out there, but I got to go through all of this madness in order to get the lesson out. Every time. Elder Malcolm got to go through the same thing, man. All the time. Okay? You know? Come on. No. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So you see, Ezra seen that he was going to be back here, coming back here in the reincarnation here in these last days. Job said the same thing in Job chapter 19, verse 25 through 27, that he will see in his body with his own eyes, he shall see the Son of Man, although worms ravish his flesh. And what he means by ravaging his flesh, he would have already passed on into the spirit realm. But when he comes back in the reincarnation, he said in his flesh, he will see the Most High. Okay? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And that's what people think now. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth. I just showed you a video of the evil that is growing and will come to full fruition in October, okay, of 2025. The sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, for there shall no man comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Right? Salakia. Right? 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 31. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. So all these cities, all these bustling neighborhoods, okay, it's going to be overgrown with all kind of brush, because there's nobody going to be left alive in them. Okay, they're going to use the Insurrection Act martial law to come kick your goddamn house in at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning when you're at your weakest point, man. Okay, and put your ass in one of these federal emergency management agency camps until further notice. You lose your job, you lose everything, man. Right? Verse 37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Right? Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. In those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as he should not reap, he also that planteth the vineyard as he shall not gather the grapes. They that marry are as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain. Okay? So, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring this about, man. Ain't nothing you could do. Okay? Salakia. Okay. 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts. The Lord simply wants you to reform your heart. He wants you to change your mind. He wants you to repent. Go back to fearing him and keeping his commandments. Call upon his name. Call upon his son's name in the time of trouble, and he will hear you. Okay? But if you're not chosen, if you have not been predestinated, if you are not engraved on the palm of the hand of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, if your name is not written in the book of remembrance, if your name is not written in the book of life, you're going to be left here anyway. You shall be kept alive if you reform your hearts now, and after death you shall obtain mercy. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. Then shall the names of the righteous be made manifest,